up, everybody? This is VisitJoan, and welcome to another apartment renovation. This time around, I am doing 121 Hakeem House, and this is actually the apartment for Kendall Weston and her family. And I just want to start out by saying, I know, I said I was going to try and get this out in 2019. And to be fair, when I recorded that voiceover for that video, I had no intention of making university content at all, because I knew it was going to cause me problems. Well, I was right, just not the way I thought it was going to be, but never mind. But anyway, Discovery University came out. I changed my mind once I saw the deep dive live stream, and I was busy with that, and this just didn't get done. And I'm sorry. But it's here now, and before I go into who these people are that live here, can I just say that I had this apartment laid out, a few months ago, probably around October, I think was when I did it. But when I went to do this in January, I think it was January. Yeah, it was January. Okay. But anyway, when I went to build this, I just didn't like the layout because it just looked kind of way too plain, and I wanted something a little bit more interesting for the kitchen. So I kind of screwed around with that for a little bit, and I was screwing around with the color scheme. I wanted a bold accent color, but I couldn't find one I was happy with. And eventually, after screwing around a little bit, I kind of had the color scheme the reverse of what is in the other apartment. Yeah, I know, right? But that's just the way it works. Okay, so anyway, this apartment belongs to Kendall and Matt Weston, and they were actually, Sims I had in The Sims 2 when I was playing that about a year and a half ago, up until when my computer decided it no longer wanted to work, which, yeah, it was disappointing, but it pushed me in the right direction, like I've said before, so I'm kind of happy it did happen, to be honest, but, when I started playing with this family, I had Kendall and her parents, Allison and John, and Kendall was the oldest. She was a teenager. Her sister Raquel was, a child, and her brother Adam was a toddler. And then into playing, her parents did have twins, Emma and Evan. And I did do a house for them. I built it off camera, but I did do a house tour, so that will be linked at the end. If you have not seen that yet, you can go check it out. But, anyway, what happened with Kendall is, as a teenager, she did have a boyfriend, and it was funny because then Raquel grew up to a teenager, and then she started dating his identical twin, and they were both romance sims, so it was really just kind of funny. But anyway, once Kendall, she went to college, she kind of broke it off with him, and, she decided to major in art because that was her passion, and, she joined a sorority that I made on campus because this was an entire neighborhood I made from scratch, and I made the whole university from scratch and the downtown from scratch. And, it's a shame that I lost all of that, but you know what? It is what it is. But anyway, so while she was at university, she met this guy named Forrest, and, she started dating him. And then she met a guy named Matt, and she kind of fell for him too. And she was just really confused. Who the heck am I going to pick? But then I think she heard, that saying where it says, if you fall in for two people, you pick the second one, because if you had really loved the first, then you wouldn't have fallen in love with the second one. So she did pick Matt, and he ended up proposing to her. And then Forrest kind of got wind of this, and he just got so mad, and he and Matt ended up having a huge fight. But after college graduation, they did get married, and they moved into their own little house, which I built myself, and they had twins. Now, in The Sims 2, I forgot what their names were, so I had to randomize it when I came to The Sims 4, but then I remembered their names were Bristol and Benton. And then they had another little girl as well, and I don't remember what her name was. I had to randomize it. I don't remember that name. But anyway, I created them all. I recreated them all in The Sims 4 and decided I would give them an apartment because, well, there are apartments in here that would fit, whatchamacallit, a family of 5, and I don't know. I just kind of decided an apartment would just be a good idea for them. So that's why I'm doing this apartment for them now. And now that I've pretty much finally decided on a kitchen layout I like, I can tell you right now that, what was I going to tell you? Oh yeah, I did take pictures of them when I took pictures of the Roberts family, so I already had that done, so all I had to do was just place the pictures in the lot, which did take longer than I thought it was going to, but everything else does, so it's not that big of a deal. And also, fair warning, this is the 5th voiceover I have done today. But you know what? Everybody's been sick, and I just really haven't had a chance to do it until now. So, because, like I said, everybody's been sick, so nobody left the house, and I really just can't do voiceovers when people are home, because then they think it's a great idea to eavesdrop on what I'm saying, and feel free to comment on it. But, yeah, this living room was really just kind of hard to do, because I kind of had the idea that I wanted to put one of those, bay window corner couch things there, and what I wanted to do is I had this really cool idea where I could put the dining table coming off of the flat side of that couch, but I couldn't get a good dining table that would sit everybody and then have room for a desk, because, she has a big family, and so I kind of figured, I don't know. I mean, I kind of scrapped that idea in the end, but there just wasn't enough room to fit everybody that it needed to fit, and there had to be a high chair and stuff like that, so I scrapped that idea, and basically I decided to go with these couches instead. And then I spent quite a bit of time screwing around the layout because, well, a lot of what I wanted to do ended up having 4 seats there, and that wasn't going to work for me. So I had to figure out where to put a 5th seat, and I finally did. So yeah, that was just kind of like a pain in the butt, but I ended up making purple a small accent color, and I think that works just like really well. It's not a color scheme that I would normally pick, but it kind of just came up by accident, and it works just, I don't know, somehow like really well in this apartment. I'm not exactly sure why, it just does. But yeah. And for some weird reason, a lot of the videos I have done today, I mean, I've done a tiny house, I've done a big apartment, I've done this apartment. For some reason, they're all the same length. Like, they're all like freaking 15 minutes long. And I have no idea how that's even possible, because some are bigger than the others, but I honestly have no idea what the heck is going on. Maybe it was the way I edited them, because I don't just, take the footage and speed it up. I have to cut several stuff out, me screwing around, trying to figure out what swatch I want and what couch I want. Nobody wants to see that. At least when I'm sitting here watching this back, I'm like, I don't want to watch this. And so it goes from like a 30-minute speed build down to like a 15-minute speed build or whatever. So it's a little behind the scenes information for you, and it also just took a really long time trying to figure out a layout that I liked, and just trying to find something to do with all this extra wall space, especially when it came to the pictures, because I knew I was going to put the pictures in there, and sometimes I put placeholders. I don't think I did. I don't remember if I did in this build or not, but you know what? It was just like I just didn't like the order of some things, and other things I may have liked it or may have not. I don't remember. It's been a while since I actually did this renovation. I'm just getting to the voiceover now because, well, that's just the way it works. But anyway, it's just like, a lot of stuff there, and because, I don't just want to like slap something together. I need to take my time with it and actually come up with something that I like the look of, but that looks complete. And if I just randomly throw something together, it just doesn't look all that complete. And, that's kind of the problem. But, anyway, what else? Figuring out, what to put where and how to fill space was just a really big problem for me in this apartment. And I don't know why. Like, sometimes it's really easy, especially after a new pack comes out. Because this was I did it right after Tiny Living came out. Because I can see the date on the video footage. January 25. So, it really shouldn't have been that big of a problem. Because I had, a bunch of new furniture to play around with. But I don't know. It's like, okay, where am I going to put everything? And do I like where everything is? Do I dislike where it is? Do I like the way this looks? I don't know. It just became just a kind of like a pain in the butt, to be honest with you. But I don't know. I like how it turned out, though. So I guess, it's okay. The other thing, too, is I don't know when the heck this is going up, because I don't know. I mean, I build ahead. You guys all know about that. I record ahead. I don't know exactly when this is going up. I've got several videos before this in the queue, and, I just don't know. It may be a couple months from now, so I don't really want to just talk about anything that's I don't, I don't know. I just want it done because, that way I don't have to scramble at the last minute to get a video out. And that's just, that's not fun. That's annoying, okay? I've done that. It's just, oh my goodness. I just don't like doing things on, like, time frames. And, well, with collabs, I just start those as early as I possibly can because I just want to make sure that I have enough time for it. But yeah, I mean, just rushing at the last minute is not fun at all, and that kind of defeats the point of doing this. So, yeah. So I like I said, I just want to get it done. And now I've just kind of just run out of things to say, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I really don't even, like, plan these. Well, I mean, I kind of do a little bit. I know what I want to talk about for the most part, but, I don't, like, go through every single thing and say, okay, is it going to be this long or not? I just kind of wing it a little bit, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the backstory takes longer than I think it will, and sometimes it doesn't take as long as I think it will, and so it's like, okay, like, what do I do now, people? Like, I don't know. But anyway, I think we're about to move over to the girls' room. Now, this is the room for both the, child girl and the toddler. So I did put some of these little wall dividers in there. I think I put one in there. Yeah, I put one in there. To kind of, like, split the room in half so that they each would have their, like, little own area. And, oh my goodness, this room, it was like, I was trying to figure out, I kind of figured out I'm done, right? But I'm, like, looking at this room and I'm like, I don't like the way this looks. I'm not done. And so I'm trying to figure out a way to make it look like something I'm proud of and something I like. And it was just like, I just couldn't figure it out, But again, I do like how this room turned out in the end. I think it turned out really beautifully, really good for a shared room because I finally, was able to actually figure something out that I wanted to do. So when in doubt, use shelves. Well, that's not really my motto, but I really just don't know anymore, I guess maybe at this point, I mean, I know before Tiny Living came out, I was kind of getting tired of building and I wanted to stop, but I had, like, so much on my list to do. Like, well, maybe not because, I was doing Trouble in Paradise at the time. Well, actually, at this time I was building this, I had already finished it. So, yeah, and then Tiny Living came out and then, no, wait, Trouble in Paradise was finished and then Tiny Living came out and then I did this. Okay, there we go. That's what happened. Yeah, and at about the same time, I was also dealing with, I don't know, just a bunch of other stuff. And it was just like, like I said, everybody was sick. Everything was just like, I don't even remember. So you know what? I think this would be a good time to wrap up this voiceover right now. We are reaching the end. If you enjoyed this video, I really hope you leave a like and a comment. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more. Anyway, you guys, you can always follow me on social media if you want to see behind the scenes fun facts or just random stuff. I don't know. You could just follow me on Instagram at VisitJoan. And if you wanna, see my, oh boy, I'm blanking on the words here. Hear about my thoughts about all things Sims related, be sure to follow me on Twitter at VisitJoanVideos. And that's it, guys. I'm usually good at timing these, but not for this video. Anyway, I'm gonna see you next time. Bye!